I love DPs.
Like double penetration.
Some double penetration.
Double penetration on your own with some solo play.
Hello, and welcome to the Double Penetration Podcast. Here are your hosts, Creep and Steel.
What's that sound? Do you hear that? Do you hear it? Do you hear it?
Sound? What sound?
It's us coming at you with Double Penetration Podcast, Volume
9.
9.
I thought you forgot.
With your friend, he is Mr. Chris Steele, and I am your favorite creep. What's
Yes.
up, Mr. Chris Steele?
Hello.
Oh,
hello. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fucking fantabulous.
Back after a Thanksgiving break. Not really a break. A mini show.
A mini show.
A mini show filled with lies.
But I do hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving, whatever the fuck you did, and whoever the fuck you spent it with. Maybe you were alone. Hum diddy dum.
If you were alone on Thanksgiving, hopefully you were doing something at least not necessarily productive, but good for the soul.
Like jerking off
Hey.
or masturbating.
Doesn't matter. Whatever is good for the soul. Whether it's masturbating or soaking in the tub while reading a good book. As long as it's good for the soul,
It's good for you, baby.
That's right. Volume 9, Bad First Dates. Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy.
The response from our friends has been fantastic.
It really has been so good. Like
20
I love y'all so much.
25.
I had more, but
So
there's no time.
we may even have to split this into a second show. But we don't know yet. We'll try to muscle through. But before the music ends, because I like to do the plugs during the music, folks, go to our website, doublepodcast.com. Go to our Instagram, Double P Podcast, and our Twitter at Double P Show. You can email us, doublepodcast@gmail.com, or when you're on our website, doublepodcast.com, you can scroll to the bottom. There's a little purple box. If you click it, it says Ask Creeper Steal or Share, and then you can email us directly from our website. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Chris Steele. That's MrKrisTeel, or STEEL. Creep, where can everybody find you?
Find me at creepqueen.com. Follow me on Twitter, creepxqueen, Snapchat, creepxqueen, Instagram, creepxqueen official. That's it.
We also have a phone number where you can call and leave us a voicemail, 231-794-2729. That's 231-794-2729, and you can be our friend here.
Hey, Creep and Chris, this is Hobo Joe. I am just calling to read you the Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, Origin and Etymology of the word cunt. So here we go. Cunt, from the Middle English kunta, akin to the Middle Low German kunta, meaning female pudunda, whatever that means. Anyways, that's all I got. So yeah.
That was very informative.
I love Hobo Joe.
Yeah.
Hobo Joe is my spirit animal.
He is?
He is. Our first two stories tonight are actually from Hobo Joe.
Really?
They are. That's a true story.
Plenty of true stories on tonight's episode.
Hopefully they're all true. Otherwise, I will find you all and I will kill you. That is right. Kilt.
And by kilt, she means to pants you and put on a Scottish dress.
Yep, that's exactly what the fuck I meant.
However, I know that our friends in Scotland may take umbrage to me calling it a dress, because it is not. It is only a dress when you wear underwear. That is what I've been told by a true Scotsman.
Well then, it must be fact.
Hey, he's Scottish, so either I'm believing a liar or I'm being told the truth.
We'll say truth.
Right.
Email. Email. Email.
Emails.
Ooh, I'm met Jane on Tinder. No expectations going into the date. We talked and texted a lot before the date. A solid week and a half of communications. I was traveling on business, so couldn't meet her immediately. So we finally went out. Had a good dinner, a few beers, lots of laughs. She was very bold. Do you want to go back to your place? I couldn't have her over at the time. My best friend was in between living situations, and him and his girlfriend were having a stay-in date night at my place. So I suggested, can we go back to your place? My buddy is there right now. She replied, we can't. My husband and daughter are home right now. That's fucked.
That's a pretty shitty first date. Well, I mean, it doesn't really sound shitty. It just kind of had a shitty end.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, it could have been way worse.
I mean, it could have been worse.
She could have said my mom and dad or my grandparents.
That's somehow not worse than my husband and daughter.
She could have said my pimp.
Ooh, that's true.
Because, you know, if she's out and she lives with her pimp, she's her pimp's bottom bitch.
It also probably means you're getting the smackdown.
Mm-hmm. We have another one. It says, number one, hands down, the worst date I've ever been on, New Year's Eve 12 years ago. It was a blind date where my friend was setting me up with a friend of his girl, and we were going out on a double date. I had plans to attend a New Year's Eve party elsewhere, but I figured I could do both. Let me give you a little info about me. I'm a raging... Did I write this?
Chris, did you write this?
Yeah, right? I'm a raging alcoholic, but that's it. I've never had tobacco product in my life. I can count how many times I've smoked weed. Wow, I can't.
It was probably with me.
I don't even ingest caffeine, and I can avoid it. Man, I wish I didn't have to drink caffeine to live life.
He's not my spirit animal anymore.
Wow. Anyways, so I went up to the first party, and then after some time drove an hour through snow to meet up with my friend and my date at another house party. I get there, and we were introduced. She's on the other side of the room, says hi to me immediately, and goes to the bathroom. So not even coming within 20 feet of me. Solid start. Maybe she had to poop. She was nervous. Got that nervous shit. Those are the worst. I'm just saying.
They really are.
Yeah. Additionally, I've never seen pictures of her. Not exactly what I'd call attractive, but whatever. I'm here. It comes the time when I have to leave and head to the bar. She finally exits the bathroom. The plan was for us to take two cars, my friend in their car and the chick in mine. She asked, is it okay if I smoke in your car? Well, I don't smoke, and I had just bought the car 6 months ago, so the answer was no. Her reply was, well, we're going to get along great. Perfect. Oh, I can just feel that tension. I know that tension. That is the worst. I lost my stupid place. Where am I? Perfect. Here we go. The entire ride to the bar, she's talking about doing coke, asked me if I was into it. I said no. She then proceeded to continue to talk about it and dance around it as if she doesn't like it either. It was awkward. Fast forward, we get to the bar, and she must have spent 90% of the night in the bathroom. Let's face it. I knew it was a lost cause because the second I got to the house party, but now it's finally obvious to my friends who set me up on this date. At this point, I'm actually enjoying it because I'm realizing in the moment, this is the worst date of my life. Eventually, midnight hits. Who cares? The chick convinces my friends to go to another house party. I had zero interest in joining them. My friend was aggressively trying to convince me to go. That's the worst.
It does fucking suck.
When your friends are like, dude, just come with us.
Come on, just go. Come on. Just hang out.
You're gonna miss it. And you never miss anything. You never do. My friends were trying to convince me to go to their house party. I had zero interest in joining them. My friend was aggressively trying to convince me to go. Pass. Outside the bar, we're splitting up. My date is smoking as I'm saying goodbye to my friend. She then says, I'd give you a hug, but I know you hate smoke. Being the dick that I am, I replied, yeah, I'd probably kick you in the face. At that point, I turned around, walked to my car, drove an hour back to my place, again through the snow. The next day, my friend shot me a text saying, good call not going to the party. It was just a place where she could do coke all night.
What the fuck? How do you meet people like this? I mean, I guess very easily. Never mind, I take that back immediately.
Well, I mean, the number one red flag should have been she would ditch to the bathroom when you got to the first party.
You got there.
And when she's coming out of the bathroom going, rubbing her nose and shit.
Fuck. Honorable mention number 2. Through a dating site, I think it was Plenty of Fish, I organized a double date for me and my roommate with the chick and her friend. She asked me, "How many women have you slept with?" I decided to do the exact opposite of what guys do, and I divided my number by 2 and said, I think 20. She was appalled by how high that number was, which for a 33 or so year old guy didn't seem like a lot to me. She then refused to tell me how many guys she'd been with. Date was basically over. On top of this, her profile said she was a non-smoker. Well, after her 7th smoke break that night, her and her friend followed my friend and I to another bar. Why? You've just rejected me. Get the fuck out of my hair. Oh, that's funny.
It is very funny. I mean, at what point should I break out my bad first date story?
Go ahead.
So, the reason why I decided that I should ask you is because he mentioned Plenty of Fish. Now, before I met my wife, I met one gal on Plenty of Fish. And we went to a Chinese restaurant. And it really wasn't bad, but like, it was just one of those dates where it was just like, I knew immediately from that first like interaction, it was just like, oh, this is just going to be the long, not necessarily miserable, but just like really like an uncomfortable wishing it would get fast quickly. Yeah. And so I knew that it was going to be a bad date. So I just decided that I was going to order some of the worst shit I could order. So I ordered squid.
Oh my God.
I got to listen for an hour of how gross it is and how nasty it is that I could sit there and eat something that has legs.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
I hate like having like a meal with somebody and then they have to comment on my food being like gross. It's like, well, if you don't like it, you're not fucking eating it.
Right?
Don't talk about my shit.
I hate that. I don't eat gross shit, but I eat a lot of shit.
You eat shit, huh?
That's usually what people comment on. Yeah, just pure shit. Straight out of the ass. Hot, warm, nice and fresh.
That's gross.
He's stupid. That sounds so awkward.
Yeah, I never really had like a bad first date.
Really?
I've had like...
Well, aren't you fucking lying? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know if I was really boring, but I don't know. It's weird.
Oh, God. I'm saving my story till the end.
I thought you said you never went on a first date, or you just been
saving my story till the end.
Ooh. Well, we better burn through these emails from our friends. A few years ago, I was texting back and forth with a girl I knew from high school. She had been a bigger girl back then, but 10 years had passed, and she was exercising, trying to get into law enforcement, so I figured, why not?
Wait, I just want to say, this is already extremely so shallow, it hurts my soul.
Yeah.
Continue.
So we talked and texted a lot, even sexted a little, revealed some fetishes, etc., etc. When we finally got around to seeing each other at a social function, I was mortified. She was 300 pounds. I realized the pics I had seen had been strategically cropped or altered. I made a nice small talk with her for the night and then never talked to her again. Bravo, sir.
Oh, I'm appalled by both of you.
I'm just kidding. I guess it makes me shallow. She really was a cool chick. I'm just not into BBWs. P.S. Thanks for all that you guys do. You're awesome. Keep it up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And these are all anonymous.
I still think you're shallow, but thank you.
I think you're hilarious.
No, I mean, everybody has a type, honestly. Like,
yeah, we do. It happens. It is what it is.
Oh, this one didn't get numbered. Worst first date. So many people said that. It's so funny. Whew, it's a bit complicated, but here it goes. I was separated from my wife, divorced now, and I went out on a Halloween night with an old friend from high school whom I had always liked, but it just hadn't happened. Till then, we were... Okay. I'll just go fuck myself.
Yeah, it just hadn't happened, ellipses, till then.
We were at a costume party and everyone got completely shit-faced. Cops were called twice. My date and I were in the backyard going at it, all but straight out sex, and we were almost tearing our clothes off. We had our hands in every possible place under our costumes. We couldn't stand it any longer and composed ourselves and made an early exit from the party. Fast forward a year, and my wife and I were working it out and decided to go out on Halloween. Same friends, same party, new house. This sounds like shit. The other girl was there with her new guy. As the party is winding down, the hostess brings out a videotape of last year's party, which she claims she hadn't seen since then. As she's filming some of last year's partiers, someone at the current party says, "Hey, who's that in the window going at it?" Everyone stops to look and some rewinding begins. My computer just fucked up. My wife looks at me, then the other girl, whose date is looking at me. Foul words are said. Accusations are made. Fans are being shit on all over. My wife leaves. The guy leaves. The girl from last year needs a ride home. Horrified, we leave. We get to her house, drink, drunk, repeat. It was our and their first dates. The next day was hell, and it put off our reconciliation. I can laugh at it now.
That's funny.
That sounds like something out of a movie. Like, that doesn't even sound like that could happen in real life. That sucks.
Somebody might be trying to pull a fast one on us, because that is...
That's like
that's quite
so
the tale.
Ridiculous.
Looks like Creep's picking her butt. She's scratching her back.
Leave my butt alone.
Never. Oh, this one's a humdinger.
I had a solid 20 minutes like to myself as I wrote this one out, like from our fucking submissions. I can't deal with it.
It's pretty funny. We went to Planned Parenthood on our first date to fix the problems from her last date. Stupid Tinder. Number one, what kind of street walking hoe are you picking up? And then why are you going to agree to take her to get her a fucking abortion? On a first date, no less. I can imagine that an abortion is probably pretty traumatic on a female. So, like, what are you gonna do afterwards? Take her to fucking the pharmacy to get her painkillers, and then
I definitely want to know what happened after that, because I've definitely had friends who have had abortions, and like, yeah, no, I just don't. Tinder, man.
Tinder.
Like, that's all. Who agrees to that? Like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I got you, baby.
So I wonder when he was like, yeah, let's hook up, and she's like, yeah, can you pick me up? Will you pick me up here and then take me this place real quick? I'll tell you where to go when we get there, or when you pick me up. Yes. I bet you that's how. If that's a true story, that's probably exactly how it went. She was probably like, yeah, pick me up here. Oh, can you drop me off somewhere real quick? Oh, I'm pulling into Planned Parenthood. What the fuck? I would have left. Fuck her.
I would have left. Aw, maybe she didn't have anybody.
Oh.
Poor girl. I want to hear more of the story. If you're listening, if this is you, I need you. Oh my God, I'm burping all over the place. All right, I'll just go fuck myself. Drove with a chick from Kentucky to Western Indiana to prevent a fight with her family. We hit a hookah joint, ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Spent just around 13 hours together in a car. No kiss, just a long hug. She texted me the next day, thanked me for the help, and hung me out to dry. You got me fucked up. That is such a long-ass motherfucking drive to get a long-ass hug and a goodbye. Nah, dude.
Worst. That's friend-zoned shit right there.
Like, I wonder if he knew he was in the friend zone, like, before.
Probably not. I mean, it doesn't necessarily say worst first date. I mean, it could have just been his, I don't know.
That's horrible.
I mean, it's a different time now for people, When I was dating, it was, the internet was in its infancy. And then, I met chicks online and shit like that, but furthest I ever drove was Iowa.
Oh my God. Fuck.
Yes. Yes. My sister set me up on a blind date with one of her teacher friends whom I had nothing in common with. And the dinner made me sick.
That's like so bad.
Probably had some bad Taco Bell. Or
I wish somebody would take me on a date to Taco Bell. That is the way to my heart. I'm telling you.
Not mine.
I'm going to talk about after this. Fuck everybody.
Some fucking Thai food.
My first date was actually a class assignment in high school. I was set up on a date with a girl who hated me. We had a class together earlier in the year and did not hit it off. The date was going to be a double date because her parents didn't want her dating yet. So we meet at this restaurant, and the girl she brought along was actually someone I got along with, and we laughed and joked and had a great time. Sadly, I was young and immature and completely dismissed my date. My actions basically proved her right in her dislike of me. When the assignments were all turned in, the teacher asked me to stay behind after class. My teacher then read the date's comments about our date back to me. It was the girl's first date as well. She was excited to go because even though we butted heads in the past, she liked that I stood up for my beliefs. She thought I was handsome too. She liked that I had agreed to her favorite restaurant and was hoping I enjoyed it too. She hated that she has to have her cousin there to watch over her as if she was a child. She also hated that her cousin was going to be there because she was better looking and always seemed to be the center of attention. She then wrote about how I was nice, but basically didn't talk to her, and neither did my friend. The waitress was nice and seemed to understand and brought the most expensive items for her because I was paying. She summed it up saying it was the most embarrassing moment of her life, that she was glad her parents didn't want her to date and she didn't want to date again in a long time. My teacher then told me she had transferred to another school. That's sad.
Ha ha.
That's sad.
You're young. It happens.
I mean, yeah. I don't really know.
Don't be yawning. This is
Tired,
a hyped
bitch.
up show.
I need Taco Bell.
Oh, okay. Calm down.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Taco hell. Taco hell. When you take her out for dinner, a movie, a romantic blunt walk through the park, but she never returns your calls.
Yo, fuck that bitch.
Mhm.
Fuck that bitch. Seriously, fuck that bitch. You give me that fucking... No, I'll kill that bitch. Hell no.
She got a dinner, movie, and a blunt.
A romantic blunt walk through the park? That's life goals, man.
Man, you got the shaft.
When she spent the night talking about her ex.
I've been there.
I was about to say, I think we've all been there.
Yeah, because it's like your friends get sick of hearing you talk about it, and then they finally yell at you, hey, stop talking about it. And then when you finally meet somebody new, you're like, I'm going to talk about it.
Right? Like, even if it's unintentional.
Yeah, sometimes you kind of got to feel like it.
Like, I don't know.
I brought up my ex to my wife the other day.
What did you do?
I brought my ex up to my wife the other day.
Did you?
I said if I can take one redeeming thing out of that relationship was her introducing me to Burt's Bees lip balm.
I thought you were going to say something cheesy, like because you met your wife. And I'm actually pleased with the turn that took.
Yeah, Burt's Bees is the shit. I get chapped lips. It's wintertime, folks. Burt's Bees not a sponsor, but I'm hoping they will be after they hear this.
Yeah, well, fuck Burt's Bees because I can't wear that shit.
Why can't you wear Burt's Bees?
I can't wear anything because I'm allergic to SPF, which is why I'm pale as fuck. And anytime I put any kind of anything, even if it doesn't have SPF in it, my lips just...
So only on your lips, not your body?
Allergic to SPF.
My
My entire being is allergic to SPF.
Your entire being?
Yes.
That sucks.
That's why I'm pale as fuck and why I am
you-
also either a lobster or nothing.
True. You do get lobstered when you get sunburned. And I know this because of your adventure over the summertime.
Yep. Yes. Everybody still makes fun of my videos in Myrtle Beach. Guys, if you haven't watched my fucking smut, I'm telling you, you gotta at least see this one video. I look like a fucking idiot. It was so embarrassing.
Is that the ping pong video or...
That was not the ping pong video. It was a BDSM video of me and the two girls. It's embarrassing.
So you were going to be the slave getting whipped with a safe word, but because you were so sunburned, you couldn't be the slave, so you had to be the mistress.
Oh God! Clearly, you don't look at my porn, but yeah, sure, something like that.
I can't.
There was a part in one of the videos though where she like slapped my leg, and there's music over it, so you can't hear me. But if you watch my lips very close to me, you can just see me being like, "Bitch, what the fuck?" Like,
It's funny.
it's fucked.
I was set up on a blind date by friends, and the date ended up talking. Wait, I was set up on a blind date by friends, and the date ended up taking me on a drive-by to shoot someone's windows out of their car. Clearly, my friends hate me. Man, I hope that was submitted by a lady.
It was. It
Oh,
was.
thank God.
And if it was any other lady, I probably would have believed it. But
I'm just
like, where do you live?
I'm just saying, like, if that was like a dude who wrote in, man, that chick
my
was
God.
hardcore. She probably smack him. Let's go, motherfucker. About to go
Oh, fuck.
shoot out some. Like, I wonder what it was like. Well, I mean, shoot, drive-by. Drive-by's in quotes, so maybe it was like a BB gun. Or an apple.
Oh, fuck.
Or
Like, how
slingshot.
do you get out of that situation?
I've been in some sticky situations before.
I have too.
Ah.
Yeah.
And you
I should
know,
be dead.
and you know when you're in a sticky situation when you think, "Holy fuck, this is a sticky situation." It's just one of those things, man.
Oh my! I literally should be dead, and I feel like maybe you should too.
Yeah,
I've gotten
probably.
myself into some shit.
I've seen some shit. And I will just say that none of it was legal. Nobody died, but none of it was
As
legal.
nothing good ever is.
No.
Besides, of course,
Right. Well,
alcohol and blowjobs.
right. Before we incriminate ourselves anymore, on to the next.
Woo! When she tried to get me to put out on the first date, I said, "Bitch, you only bought me McDonald's.
Hey, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with McDonald's. Shit."
Yeah, except when you ask for no ketchup on the burger and they still put it on there.
Oh, then you want to fuck somebody up,
I
huh?
fucking hate ketchup, man.
Really?
Fuck yeah. Fucking
You're weird.
sugary grossness.
You're weird.
Looks like period blood. Creeps me out.
You're weird.
I tried watching the Walking Dead premiere of the pilot and the chick wouldn't let me. Had to leave ASAP.
He was like, "Yo, bye, bitch."
He's like, "See ya."
Road.
Yeah.
Whew.
I remember the
first-
premiere of The Walking Dead. Sorry.
Do you?
Yeah,
No, you good.
I do. I remember
Do you
thinking
still watch it?
fuck no.
Yeah, it's like the same shit every season.
I've bitched about it before. Like, I'm so tired of it just always being a war and fighting. Like I said, I just wouldn't mind them just kind of like hanging out and living life.
Yeah.
I don't need to, like, sure, you know, mix it up with some fucking zombies and, you know, a couple of randoms that come by and try to fuck up your shit, but I'm so tired of this big war of Negan. Ooh. I saw the fucking premiere episode. When they fucking rolled up and shot that building up with all those machine guns, come on. Everybody been dead. Cut the shit. And
Like, now you just being stupid.
and the fact that they drove up with like sheet metal on cars, like that thin ass sheet metal is gonna stop an AR-15 bullet. Come on, so dumb. Sorry.
Whew. You good?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, we good?
Carry on.
The first time we tried a first date, my very first drink got spiked, and I ended up unconscious 4 hours outside the club and throwing up. I ended up missing work the next day and spent a week feeling ill and in migraine hell.
Spiked as in, like, you know, somebody tried to slip her a Mickey.
Probably. That happened to me.
Really?
Yeah, probably, honestly, more than once, but like one specific time I remember. And it was fucking horrible because my friend's boyfriend at the time was growing like all these pot plants and shit. And I fucking projectile vomited all in his fucking baby plants. And he was fucking ripshit mad. Then it was coming out of like both ends horribly. I didn't know anybody at the fucking party. I'm like more people are coming in the bathroom. I'm like mortified. Then I blacked out. I don't remember anything else after that. It's fucking horrible.
The moral of the story is, folks, that Creep will drink anything if you hand her a cup. But it has to be a red Solo cup. She doesn't trust
Literally,
anything that's
that's
not
true.
red.
That's a true story.
Second attempt, he quietly did a load of coke and was screaming at me in the taxi, calling me a fucking spastic and various other names.
I would just hope that they're not still together.
That's
a second attempt to the story previous, yes.
That is a shitty first date. Or second attempt to that date. Creeps coughing.
Yes, that is horrible. Hello, yes. Fuck.
Very funny.
Woo!
Yes.
Our good friend Gabba sent this in.
Gabba Flow.
Taking her to the movies to see Star Wars Episode 7. And she falls asleep in the beginning when the big famous Star Wars intro credits show with the badass theme song.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch. That's sad. Like in the beginning?
Nah, I mean, I fell asleep in Episode 7.
Did you?
Fuck yeah, it was boring as fuck.
I didn't see it. I don't think. I have the worst memory.
It's, you know, it was basically New Hope Part 2. It was basically Star Wars, huh?
I don't remember.
Oh, well, okay then. Well, I'll just go fuck myself.
Yes! Bye, bitch.
God damn it.
I can't breathe in here. I'm sorry. My sinuses are like fucky.
I'm turning this into a sports podcast real quick. Red Wings lost to the Canadiens.
All right. That's how you
6-3.
die, good sir.
Fucking bullshit. God damn it. Tired of my fucking sports teams losing. But the Buckeyes, they're still winning. I was talking to this chick. Wait, I was taking this. I always read talking and taken as like opposite. So when I see taking, I read talking. And when I see talking, I read taken.
I'll remember it so.
Yes. I was taking this chick on a first date. The whole hog, too. Frankie and Benny's?
I think it's like a England thing.
Oh. Wait a minute. England? Is
I
this
think
from
he's like
Wilford Drake?
Huh?
Is this from Wilford Drake? Isn't he from England?
Maybe.
Oh, I hope this is from Wilford Drake. I'll start again. I don't want to do Wilford Drake's story any disservice by fucking up his words. I was taking this chick out on a first date. The whole hog, too. Frankie, Benny's, bowling, cinema, then coffee after. I dropped 150 pounds on food and shit. Then I realized she acts and has the exact same attitude as my crazy ex. I don't think I've ditched someone so fast. I was just about to walk her home, too. I just grabbed the bus and got the fuck off.
Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. That's hilarious.
I don't know what pounds is in U.S. currency, but I know what yen
I think it's almost half.
Yeah.
Like, I think 150 pounds is like almost $300, I think.
I'm going to ask
Are you looking it up?
I'm going to ask.
Watch it be nothing like that.
What is 150 pounds in U.S. dollars?
150 British pounds equals 202 United States dollars and 95 cents.
That's a lot of money, man. Holy
I was
smokes.
totally wrong.
Yeah, you were. You were totally wrong. So he spent basically $202 U.S. on a check.
I'd be like, fuck that.
Yeah,
but I mean, honestly, better to spend $200 and see that she's the same as your crazy ex than to go on for months not knowing.
Yeah, and then you knock her up, and then you're dealing with all sorts of issues.
Now you spend $202,000 on her.
Yeah.
Could be worse, I guess.
Could be.
Whew. Was tricked into a date. That just nothing starts off good like that.
No, when you're tricked into anything, it's never good.
They said it was a birthday meetup for them. Turned out it was just me and them. Not being an asshole, and plus she made me drive. Yay, what the fuck. Proceeded to wait for the table. Started hugging my arm, trying to pull some date shit. Already annoyed, but trying to just move on with it because it was her birthday. She had also been my friend for a few years. That's it. ate, whatever, dropped her off. Then I don't remember how we ended up outside of my car. Although all I recall is the night ended with them hugging me super tight and then saying they love me over and over again. Never saw that broad again.
That's right.
That's fucking nutty.
Unfortunately, it's about to be 2018. Words like broad and dame. Not
You
gonna
don't
be able
use
to
that?
use them
I
anymore.
always use that.
I like saying broad. I say dame when I'm talking about like a fancy lady. Like, look at that dame over there.
So me.
Yeah. I said fancy.
That was a not joke.
Met her on Plenty of Fish. She was definitely a girl that I knew hot. Whoa.
Again?
It's how, but it says hot. Met her
I
on
fucked
Plenty
up.
of Fish. She was definitely a girl that knew how to work the camera angles. Sorry. We chit-chatted a bit, and on paper, we seemed to click. So after about a week of chit-chat, I asked her if she wanted to meet up for lunch. She didn't have a car, so like a gentleman, I offered to pick her up. I drove a stock Jeep, no lift kit or anything. I pulled up and text her, and she comes out short, round girl. Now, I'm not small myself, but man, it made me think, how old were those pictures? She then walks out to my Jeep and can't get in. I had to get out and help her up. At least I was on a health kick, so I suggested PHO for lunch. What's that?
Pho? You've never had pho?
Oh, pho. Yeah, I've had pho. I'm just stupid. Faux show. Get it? Boo.
Oh my God.
She was okay with it. We get there, we're eating, talking, trying to get to know each other. Then I tell her about my working out and dropping 20 pounds. She straight up looks at me and goes, I'm never going to work out. I like being a fat ass. After that, I was done. Went to the restroom, texted my coworker, had her call me in 5 minutes and pretended to call me into work. I dropped her off at home after helping her back off my Jeep, drove off, and we never met up again.
Oh God. Like, there's nothing wrong with anybody's weight. I don't give a fuck if you're 10 pounds or 10,000 pounds. I don't give a fuck. But like, don't lie about
Yeah,
it.
you can't misrepresent yourself.
That's the whole thing.
I mean,
Like,
people are-
clearly she's like proud of her weight and shit. So why
she-
wasn't that reflected in her photographs? Photographs. That's my new word.
I have to go take new photographs for my website. What's your website? Creepqueen.com.
What's my photog? I told you I was fancy, bitch.
She's fancy, folks. Fancy.
Oh fuck. This guy said, I got stood up 3 times in a row. LOL.
You didn't even get a chance to
I
make
guess
it to
that
a
is a
worse
pretty
first
bad
date.
first date experience.
Well, it would only suck if he's sitting at the restaurant waiting.
Yo, that hurts my heart. That like really does.
Like in you've seen Dumb and Dumber. And if you tell me you
Yeah.
haven't, I'm going to just hang this call up and kill this podcast.
I totally have.
You're a liar.
I
Oh,
have
yeah.
when I was not Dumb and Dumber or I haven't seen that one, but I saw the first one.
Well, there's Dumb and Dumber, Dumb and Dumberer, and Dumb and Dumber 2.
Okay, I always saw the first one.
Okay. I don't even know where I was going with this. Anyways, we have been friends for a while already. When we first decided to give dating a try, we actually went on a pretty fun date. Technically our first date as a couple. Not awkward or bad at all until we went back to my apartment, which she had visited times before. She was my rock and roll girlfriend. That's what I called her. She was hella cool. She'd put on Guns N' Roses vinyl and we'd pop open some beers. We'd get to making out, something we've always wanted to do, and started slowly to undress ourselves when I hear a knock at the door. She runs to my bathroom scrambling to put on her pants as I answer the door. One of my friends, one that I have cut off of my life because he's an idiot. I've been there. I've done that. Cut out a lot of idiots out of my life.
Stupid.
I know. One of my friends, one I've cut off of my life because he's an idiot, is at the door and wants me to go out drinking with him. I say no, but he continues insisting. I finally tell him I have a date currently in my house and I want to spend time with her. His response, man, fuck that bitch. Let me hit that. I said simply no and get out of here. After I shut the door, she comes storming out and I can tell she heard what he said because she's all like, take me home now, and I simply could not argue with her. I was at a loss for words and a little heartbroken at the misunderstanding. At this day, I resent that piece of shit that knocked on my door, and I regret ever answering the door. Neither of them are a part of my life anymore.
That sucks. She sounds like a stupid fucking cunt-faced bitch hoe that doesn't even need to be making out with people on the couches and shit, taking the clothes off.
That's right.
That's pretty much how I feel about that. Okay.
Well, I mean,
That's just a misunderstanding. He didn't say anything wrong.
man, fuck that bitch. Let me hit it.
But I mean, like, it's not like he was like, oh, yeah, bro, after I hit it, you can take a turn. Let's run a fucking train on this bitch. Hey, yo. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that would be different.
Why wouldn't you just look through the peephole and then just be like, oh, fuck, it's stupid Ricky. I can't stand that guy.
Maybe he didn't have a peephole.
I have a rule at
It's
my
like a
house.
luxury.
Oh, a peephole? It's a little
Yes.
bit- Well, I thought most apartments have them unless it... Well, yeah. Every apartment I've ever lived in had a peephole.
Not everyone I've ever lived in.
Well, you know what? Sucks to be you.
I was a broke bitch.
I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to tell a story.
I'm sorry.
You fucked me up.
Was it about a peephole?
No.
Was it about girlfriends getting mad about nothing?
Oh, I have plenty of that.
Was it about this dick?
I don't know.
We'll think about it. Oof. I went on a date with this guy, and he was 18, and I was with my parents. I was younger than he was. And we went to see a movie. And when asked what he wanted to drink, he asked what was on tap. And the whole entire day, he was trying to go through my phone and was making me open doors for him. So much for a nice guy.
Why do guys always have to open the doors? Why can't the ladies do it once in a while? It's only fair.
I mean, but to me, I'll open a door for any motherfucker. But the second you're like, open this door for me, I'm gonna bite your dick off.
I demand
But how are you gonna
respect.
make somebody do that? If a girl looked at you and was like, open this door for me, would
I'd
you not be
say-
like, I'm gonna bite your cunt off?
No.
Okay.
See, here's the difference. You could get away with saying those things. Any man these days, with all this Harvey Weinstein shit and fucking Kevin Spacey and Matt Lauer, can't say anything offensive. Can't say anything remotely sexual.
It is kind of stupid. I don't get the whole I'm gonna get shit for this. I know I am, but I don't get the equality thing. If women don't be like, we're equal and I can hit you, but you can't hit me. That's stupid. That's stupid. Or like, I can say this, but you can't say it to me because I'm a woman. Like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm talking about?
So what you're saying is you mouthed off and got belted a couple times.
I mean, we are not talking about that right now, but if I had done that, I just think it's stupid. You can't fucking praise equality and then fucking act like a little bitch. Okay, I'm done.
Hey. What's the old saying? You got to be able to back up your words.
True that.
True that. Every first date was a bad first date. Hence why I'm single and work as much overtime as I can because fuck people.
I love this guy. Who are you? I love you.
That's hilarious.
That's so good.
Maybe it's a chick.
Not a bad first date, but bad first girlfriend experience. I got stabbed by my first girlfriend when I was 15. Ooh, there's a backstory to this, but I kind of just like it where it is. So we're going to move on.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's a hard knock life, though. No, apparently she was trying to do the thing, and he took her blade away to try to stop her, and she pulled out another blade and shoved it into his leg, which hit a vein, and he couldn't afford to go to the hospital, so he just split out for a little bit.
Wow.
That's a day.
Yeah, it is.
I can relate to her, though.
You can.
I'm not going to tell you another 30-minute story, but...
It's right after I left my husband. I met this guy in Tinder, and we took me to a bar in downtown OKC. K-Mega? He
get
basically
it.
bought me a glass of wine and, huh?
I don't get it.
On BGST, the one dude, his name's K Mega. He's from Oklahoma.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nah, shout out to K Mega. He's a good dude. I know who this email's from, and it's not from him. He basically bought me a glass of wine and texted on his phone the entire time. But I thought he was cute, so I ignored the red flag. Then we went to a bar. Then we leave the bar, get into his car, and drive to this lake. Oh, man, that sounds fucked up.
Right?
Yeah.
It gets worse. I can't.
It was after midnight, so I knew he had perverted plans, which I didn't mind.
I love her. I love her for that.
I gave him head, and then we drove. Wait, why do I got to read it like that? I gave him head, and then we drove home, and I tried to kiss him goodbye, but he ducked me. He said, and I quote, "I don't believe in public displays of affection." And I was like, dude, I just had your dick in my mouth 30 minutes ago, and then just walked away to my apartment, and he blocked me on all forms of social media. I left my jacket in his car. Worst date ever.
I don't. Oh my god! I bet if she knew he was gonna be like that, she would have spit it back in his face.
Why are you looking around?
Huh?
Why
What?
You were like looking around.
Mind your business.
Ghosties again?
I broke a guy's dick once.
Maybe that's why you got blocked.
Maybe.
Oh,
Well, what's
fuck.
your first date story there, CQ?
Oh, my first. Well, you ruined it. I don't have one because I've never been on a date in my entire life.
Well, you've been on dates, so
I've never been on a first date.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but nobody believes that. How have you never been on a first date? They say. And I'm like, because I'm an internet hoe. What the fuck?
There's a lot of truth in that statement.
Huh?
Said there's a lot of truth in that statement.
There is. I've met every guy ever online.
So?
Except for two.
But you still
And
went
one
out
was
with
like
them
my
somewhere,
best friend
right?
since I was 11, and the other one,
Yeah, but you still went out with them.
but not like first date though. Like I never had a first date like that, or
But-
There's some people I never went out with ever anywhere, and some people I dated for like a year before I ever met them in real life. So it's like not even a first date at that point.
Well, but wait, you can't date somebody for a year that you haven't met in real life.
Yeah, you can. Welcome to my life, okay? I
Listen.
live a very sheltered life. And then, like, one guy was my best friend since I was 11. I dated him in my 20s. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a first date at that point. Like, you just don't. Especially if you were, like, no, you just don't. You never talked on the internet for somebody for a long time and then met them?
Yeah, I have. But I was never like, oh, I'm gonna be exclusive to you. I was busy.
Oh,
trying to
yeah,
fucking
no,
find
I always
other
did that.
chicks. Huh?
I always did that. But, like, after a long time, like 6 months, 8 months, a year. Also, probably why I've always been cheated on. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. That's funny.
Nobody ever wants to take me out in public.
Hmm.
What's wrong with me? Besides the fact that I'm loud, obnoxious, and embarrassing.
Purple hair.
Please.
No, your hair.
I'm going to make your wife take me out on a first date. Would
Huh?
she do it?
Who, my wife?
Can I make your wife take me out on a first date?
She'd take you out on a first date. She'd expect you to put out, though.
Ooh, that's okay. Your wife's hot as fuck.
Thank you. I don't want to disappoint our fans, but I can't do a creep text Chris today.
When?
I know. We
I
didn't
wasn't
have one on
funny
our
this
Thanksgiving.
week, guys.
Huh?
I said I wasn't funny this week.
No, we really didn't talk much this week because you were traveling and I was super busy with work. So, like,
Yeah, it was a crazy fucking week.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry you was busy too.
I was busy. I was busy fucking making Chris Steele happen. I don't know.
Oh god.
Fuck yeah. First
I have an
dates.
off-topic question.
Okay. We still have 10 minutes.
Have you ever tried to suck your own dick?
Yes.
Did you do it?
Not even close.
Could you lick it?
No, I'm a bigger guy, so not very flexible.
Well,
Well,
All
what?
right. I don't know. That's really all I wanted to know.
Well,
If you
did-
tried
why
and
did-
if you could do it.
No, I can't do it. I've never been flexible, but I can stand at the waist and touch my toes without bending my knees. So,
That's pretty fucking killer.
mm-hmm.
I mean, most guys, even if you're flexible, what guy can suck his own dick?
There's plenty of guys that can suck their own dick. Ron Jeremy can.
Really?
Yeah.
That's because he's short and has a long dick.
No.
That like doesn't even count.
He's been getting in a lot of trouble too.
Yeah, because fuck Ron Jeremy.
He came up in a different era.
Yeah, but you still don't do the shit that he does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, back in the
I guess I'm only salty. I know I'm salty just because like I personally like know people who like have experienced shit, so I'm like hella salty more than I would normally give a fuck about.
I've always wondered, like, because I don't want to say this girl's name, but she's a girl in the industry. I'll tell you off air, but she's a girl in the industry, and she left it. And, like we've had private DMs, and she's like, well, I want to come on. Like, this is when I was doing the Chris Steele program, when it was just, the podcast, not the stupid little minute videos I do on my Twitter and Instagram, and eventually TV. But anyway, she's like, I want to come on your show and tell my stories. And then she's like, no, I don't want to. And it was always like, fuck. Like, it sounds shitty of me to say this, but like I could have broke something.
Oh my god!
And she kept like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, motherfucker, why?
I mean, no, it's true because it's just not like a huge issue,
right? Because she left the industry because of she said
because of that.
People being really shitty and
like in general, or just him specifically.
Just people in general, and certain other people in the industry.
Was she like mainstream or like?
Oh yeah.
Mainstream.
Mainstream.
That sucks, dude. People fucking suck in this industry.
Well,
people suck in every industry, to be honest.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I have found that a lot of YouTubers are a lot more friendly than podcasters are. Some podcasters just don't want to fucking help a guy out.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I could see that. I feel like podcasting is kind of like
it's like radio. It's competitive.
Like it's kind of like fend for yourself type of shit. Like,
but like a lot.
Are you relating that to like porn stars and stuff?
Huh?
Are you relating that to like? Are you talking about porn stars and stuff? Because they like have to be friendly.
No. I'm just talking about like just
in general.
Just like every industry having its just downs. Like I've seen like I think like YouTubers are just maybe it's because I like the certain YouTubers I watch. They're all friends, but it just seems like YouTubers are more apt to help each other out.
I see that a lot too, though.
And I'm not saying we've had a couple of podcasts reach out with us or to us, that we're becoming friendly with. So
yeah,
and that's good.
I feel like it's in anything. Like if somebody feels like you're not on their level, they just like don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah. But I'm always down to like, help anybody out, talk to anybody. Well,
you know what, Chris? We can't all be fucking perfect like you, okay?
Oh, I don't want to be perfect.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I feel that though.
Right.
But you can't help everybody. Like mad people come to me all the time asking for help on how to do this and how to do what I do and how to get into it. But like you help everybody for what? Nothing?
Right. No, I get that. You don't want to help everybody that
like
because if you start
sucks to say I don't have time for that, but like I don't have time for that. Like who has time to do that?
Right. I mean, I do. I mean, I don't know. Podcasting, like again, like some of the podcasters that I hang out with on BGST, like those guys I've known for a while, and they it's cool for them to have me on their show. So
yeah,
it's just I think everybody wants to get their own nut.
Yeah,
they don't want to share. So
it's just stupid.
But next week we have a guest.
Woo! Our second guest.
And I am very excited about this guest.
I know.
And I will say that this guest is on another podcast, and this podcast is called High Society Radio on Gas Digital Network. Bronx Johnny from High Society Radio will be joining us next week. I don't know for an hour or a half hour. I don't know yet. I think he's down for the full hour, but we'll see.
Woohoo!
I'm excited for that. Bronx Johnny is a funny motherfucker. He's hilarious. And we are going to be talking about prostitution and Backpage. So just prostitution in general. Craigslist. Hooking on the street.
Perfect.
Man's got to eat. Man's got to eat. Right, Smokey? Smoking Joe? What the fuck was his name?
Who?
Randy. In Trailer Park Boys. What was his hooker name?
Like, what the fuck are you? I thought you were talking about my house. I'm like, who the fuck is in my house?
Right.
I'm so confused. My bad. Yes. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I can't think.
I love Trailer Park Boys.
So do I, but I can't think. I can never remember Randy's hooker name.
I don't know.
Because he wears the jeans, the cowboy hat, and he smokes that Black and Mild or Swisher Sweet.
Somebody tell us.
Yeah. Or I'll just figure it out later.
Just look it up in 2 seconds.
Yeah. But I don't want to. My finger's on a button.
Do it. Do it.
Fuck you, Kim Jong-un. This one's coming for you. Kidding. I don't have nuclear missile capabilities. But I do have the capability to say this was one hell of a program that we had going on today.
Hell yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
I did too.
We got a lot of fun stories from our friends.
We did. Our little penetrators.
Yes. I appreciate all of our friends that write in, listen, even if you don't write in. Just for you taking the time to listen makes me happy, and I appreciate it. And the ones that have left us reviews on iTunes, thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody that writes in, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm stretching while I'm trying to end the show.
Leaving us voicemails.
Oh,
thank you.
You guys should leave us more voicemails.
Yes, you should.
And you can go to our website because, it's the end of the show and I got to get these plugs in one last time. Repetition is key, folks. DoublePPodcast.com. You can write into us, DoublePPodcast@gmail.com. And on Double P Podcast, you can scroll down to the bottom. There's a box that says Ask or Share with Creep and Steal. You click that, you can email us directly. You don't even need to use a real email address. You don't have to. You can put a fake one in. Follow us on Instagram, Double P Podcast, and on Twitter @Double P Show. Call and leave us a voicemail, 231-794-2729. That's 231-794-2729. You can follow me on Twitter @Mr. Chris Steele. That's MrKrisSteel. Support our Patreon, please. Patreon.com/Double P Podcast. Creep, where can our friends find you?
Oh my god, find me fucking myself at creepqueen.com. Follow me on Twitter, CreepXQueen, Snapchat, CreepXQueen, or Instagram, CreepXQueen Official.
CreepXQueen Official.
That's my new way, too.
Fuck
you can go look at my photographs.
Perfect way to end the show. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to Volume 9 Bad Pickup Lines of the Double Penetration Podcast. Thank you for rating and reviewing, and thank you for being
You're a liar.
friend.
You're a liar.
I'm not lying.
We did bad pickup lines?
Oh, not bad pickup lines. Bad first dates. Thank you for being a friend. Went the wrong way with it.
I'm sorry.
I am your announcer, Bethany. Please remember to rate and review 5 stars on iTunes. Rating and reviewing helps out the show. Thanks for listening to the Double Penetration Podcast with your hosts, Creep and Steele.
I've been giving her my penetration of doggy style.